let's get started making this arrangement. We're going to take our brick of foam that we have and insert it into our tin can. There's nothing else we're going to do. We can take a floral knife and we can bevel the edges to give us different faces so that we can insert our flowers into these faces. The first flower that's going to get inserted is our sunflower at 7 o'clock on the edge of the brick. The second thing that we're going to do is we're going to work on our focal point. Now we could put a bow in here if we would like, but we're going to work with pine cones. So our pine cones are going to get inserted at 5, pointing out at a 45-degree angle. Then our next one is going to begin at 5, more close to the front, making this V shape. Before we get started on the rest of the arrangement, we're going to do a little bit of prep. So we're going to take our solidago and we're going to leave just a little bit on the tip, and we're going to, like I like to say, shave its legs, but we're just removing some of the foliage off that plant. Next, we're going to be making bat wings with our leather leaf. We're taking our floral scissors and we're cutting 2 bottom pieces off, and we're going to have the tip of the leaf and these 2 little pieces. Now this is kind of, we're not going to use that, so we're just going to get rid of it. Now our next thing we're going to use is our button mums. So we're going to take all of them off the stem except for the last few at the very tip, because we're going to use those. Now these we're going to put in the flower hospital, which there will be a flower hospital for you to put flowers in. These can be used later on in the arrangement elsewhere. Now our hypericum, we're going to take all the leaves off of. And this hypericum stem has an extra little side piece to it, but we're going to take it off and we're going to put it in the flower hospital because somebody could use it later. Now it's time to start making an insertion. Here we are at the very top with our hypericum. Next thing, we're going to go in with our solidago. That was at 10 o'clock placement. Now we're taking our other piece and we're kind of going from the side at between 10 and 9. And it's going to get inserted on the side like that. We're making a triangle. So at 12 o'clock is going to be our next insertion on the side of the foam. And as you can see, there's radial stem placement. That's important. Now our button mums go at the back at 1 o'clock. Remember those flowers that I said in the flower hospital? Here we are. We're just taking them and we're creating a little cluster. We want to create different heights because that gives our arrangement depth. Now we can take others and we can come up to the front here at 8 o'clock and we can add those to give a little bit of what happens in the back happens in the front. Now we have a daisy mum that we're about to use, and it's going to get inserted in the very top. We're going to have a cluster of them inserted right there by the hypericum at the very top of our arrangement. Now it's time for our greenery. We're going to take that tip of the leaf that we have and we're going to insert it right behind our pine cones. We'll take one of the bat wings and put in the center. We're covering up our greenery. We don't want any of the underwear, which is the foam, of the arrangement to show. So that's what we're doing with this. We may need 2 pieces of leather leaf, but remember we got to cut our bat wings and we have to have the tip of that leaf. Now you can trim pieces if they're too crazy. You don't want your greenery to pass up your Beyonce flowers. Now it's time for the fun part. We're going to add a little bit of extra stuff to cover up our greenery. We're going to take these dried oak leaves and cover up the underwear of the arrangement, but also giving our arrangement a little bit of pizzazz to it. Now, another thing that we can use to cover up the greenery or the undies is this moss. You can take, it only takes a little bit, and sometimes you need to use a tool to get it in the right place, and you need to secure it with a greening pin, or in this case, a hairpin, but it works the same. You can take in the side where there's some green showing, we can pin it in there. We just want to make sure that all of our mechanics are covered. That's the most important thing. Mechanics need to be covered. Right here you can see I'm adding wheat to the arrangement. I wanted to add a little height, a little texture, a little something different to the arrangement. You can also add curly willow sticks, which I have available for you to use in your arrangement to do the same effect. It gives a little something else. Once your arrangement is finished, you need to leaf shine it and crown in glory, and you are completely done with your fall centerpiece. Don't forget to insert your name card so that I know whose arrangement it is. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy making your fall centerpiece.